Zoe Warren and John Wood are names that we've mentioned all weekend long, but something we haven't mentioned yet is who programs for them. They actually co-own Step Up Training and co-coach each other. I was able to sit down with them and talk about their dynamic duo and more insight into what they do outside coaching. We just got done with the Desert City Classic, so we have a little background noise, but I'm here with Zoe Warren. She is our women's elite champion, and John Wood also bumping up on the podium to finish second overall. It is so great to have you guys here. What a weekend.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. They did a really good job, and happy with how it turned out.
Everything on time, went nice and smooth.
We love that. A flawless weekend. We will get to your individual performances, but first, for people that maybe don't know, you guys are connected in so many ways. Fiancés, own a training program, affiliate together. John, you coach Zoe. How does all of that work?
I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, but it's slowly morphed into what it is now. And it still seems fairly basic, I feel like, to what we do, just because it grew and grew and grew, and now you make it sound like this big thing, but I don't know, we walk into the gym, coach people, and we work out together every day. It's more simple in my mind.
Yeah, just do what he says.
How does that work when maybe you're in the gym doing this really gross workout and then you gotta go home and be amicable and have dinner together?
I mean, we've been doing it so long, it's not I don't know, it just flows well.
I mean, it's just we get numb, I don't know, you get numb to it. You do a really hard workout, and sometimes she'll beat me, obviously, and I'll beat her. But at the end of the day, we both want to get better, and if she beats me, she's doing something good, and if I beat her, she's doing something bad, or something like that. But I don't know, I usually don't bring it home. Sometimes it's a little stressful around leading up to competitions or quarterfinals, leading into semifinals can get stressful, but I feel like we're pretty good at just when we get home to check out. We always talk about sometimes we'll have friends in the space that love talking CrossFit, and that's all we do. That's all we think about. Yeah. So having time when I'm either playing video games, not thinking about CrossFit. I mean, because people are always how do you play video games? I'm I think about the same thing all day. So to have a little bit of time to not think about it, it's nice.
Okay, so you play video games outside of the CrossFit space. That's your separate thing. Zoe, what are some of the things that you do to separate the CrossFit that really takes up a lot of buckets of your life?
I like baking, I like cooking, and just sometimes being a gubagoo on the couch.
A gubagoo?
Just laying out.
What's that?
Just chilling.
Just relax.
Just relaxing.
A gubagoo.
Just
wow, I love that.
Soreness.
What are some of those things that you guys can find that do connect you that are outside CrossFit? If you're sitting on the couch being a gubagoo watching TV, what are those conversations looking like?
I mean, there's a lot of things that if you took CrossFit out that we would connect well. One thing we were talking about earlier that we don't do as much anymore is skiing and snowboarding. Yeah. If we weren't doing CrossFit, we could easily be skiing and snowboarding. But if we're not doing that, she's we play fantasy football. She weirdly is kind of into it, which I'm always why do you care? I'm surprised you care about this. Because obviously I care.
Why are you surprised that she cares?
I don't know why. She's
okay, so you're a math girl.
Love the numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, she gets into it, and we talk about that. But honestly, this is what we do. We talk about CrossFit a lot. We talk about things that I need to get better at. We talk about things that she needs to get better at. So outside that, and us hanging out on the couch watching movies, there's really, I don't have anything to tell you that's going to be pretty profound there.
But I think it is interesting to hear about some of the other things that make you two unique outside of the CrossFit space. Seeing you both perform here, what kind of goes through the mind as, you both train together, you both are together, and you're also trying to cheer for each other. John, I know that I saw you cheering on Zoe as she was out there and vice versa. Is it hard to separate when you come off of the competition floor to then turn around and be a coach or even just a support system?
I mean, I think the coaching part of it, we'll talk about the workouts beforehand. so we like have an idea of what we want to do. So like that, for the most part, is out of it. I mean, there's a few times I told her a few things, and she told me a few things after she went or I went that would have been helpful. But honestly, for the most part, after that point, I would just say it's like being a motivator, being there and just trying to cheer them on.
4 event wins this weekend, Zoe. You were on fire. More than half of the workouts, you were the one crossing the finish line first. Which one would you think or say that you're most proud of?
Ooh, I don't even know. There's so many. Maybe the last one, just kind of stay in your lane and kind of go for it. But I don't know, like DT, love that. Love hang cleans, love handstand push-ups, love running, love squatting. So just kind of going with it. Maybe gymnastics. I don't know. They're all fun.
She did her, but you did good.
I did good on the swim.
But like a lot of the events we went here knowing, I knew that they were gonna be very, like that last one, I knew it was gonna be a wash for her. But the swim, I don't know what place she got on the swim. Second, and by like a couple seconds. Like that should not have been as good of a finish from the projections that we can make in our head, but it was a second place finish, and I mean, she didn't win it, but that was, in my opinion, the best finish she had.
Something that I also noticed about you is at the 3-2-1 go, when each event started, you never were the one that started in first. It was normally a couple minutes in or maybe a couple rounds in that then you would overtake the lead. And every time you took the lead, you then just kept widening the gap between all of the other athletes. Is that something that you have found is common for you in your training, or just like as you become a better athlete that's what you're known for?
I mean, definitely like more of like a longer, more endurance type workout. So I guess the longer you get into a workout, trying to hold those paces. But being at sea level is great, and I mean, getting like times and stuff to kind of push and try to beat for that. So.
And John, you worked your way up the leaderboard all weekend long. You're just doing a little bit of climbing like you're out in Colorado. What was that like for you, and to ultimately end up not just on the podium, but getting second?
It was good. I mean, I knew after Friday I would be in a good position, and I was. And then the running events always just like destroy me. And they destroyed me not as bad because I got second here, which is nice. I mean, the field's maybe not as competitive as it would be in semifinals. So I mean, I'm happy I was able to finish second, because if I would not have gotten third, I would have been very upset. But I keep working on my running, and that's been the name of the game for me for a very long time.
We had to actually go to the scoring table to figure out if you were going to end in second or if CJ was going to be in second. And as you were coming on the podium at the end of the day, you and CJ had a little bit of fun banter. How long have you known him for?
I feel like I've been competing against CJ for a while. I mean, the first semifinals, I think he did Granite Games back in during COVID year. So that was 3 or 4 years ago. But I mean, even in quarterfinals, like I remember like seeing him on the leaderboard from 4 or 5 years ago. So it's been a while. I mean, CJ's a great athlete, and I'm worse at things, he's worse at things, and it's just see who comes out on top.
So overall, what do you think is the biggest takeaway for both of you leaving Desert City, both on the podium?
I mean, I feel like my things I need to work on has been like fairly constant in my head for several years now, and I don't really think much has changed there for me. Like, I just need to keep running and figure out how to run.
Kind of same thing, learn how to snatch. But workouts itself, I mean, keep doing what we're doing. Obviously something's working, so great to push each other day in, day out, and got a great crew at home that they're alongside with us, so.
Zoe and John, it's been so much fun getting to know you both better. Congratulations. And now it's time for all of us to go be a gabagoo on our couches at home. We just ended the Desert City Classic, but we are here with 2 athletes that ended up on the podium. We might have some background noise because they're already starting to break down after a very successful weekend. Thank you both for being here. And that will do it from us inside Arizona State University. Thank you to all of the athletes, volunteers, spectators, and staff of DCC for making this another successful year of competition. From Tempe, Arizona, I'm Lauren Khalil, and we hope to see you back here next year.